Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of x to the power of 3 is equal to 36. So to solve this problem, I'm going to first start by taking the power of 3 on both sides. So now I have x to the power of x to the power of 3 to the power of 3 is equal to 36 to the power of 3. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. And notice that for multiplication, I can switch the places of these two numbers. So this is the same thing as a to the power of n times m, right? Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, and this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n, then a to the power of n times m, this should equal a to the power of n to the power of n. Meaning, all four of these are equal to each other. So my point for telling you all this is that a to the power of m to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of n to the power of m. So now coming back over here, we have x to the power of x to the power of 3 to the power of 3 is equal to 36 to the power of 3. And we can think of x to the power of 3 here as m and 3 as n. So now I can switch the places of these two. So now I get x to the power of 3 to the power of x to the power of 3. And this is equal to 36 to the power of 3. Now from here, I'm going to rewrite 36 as 6 to the power of 2. So now I have x to the power of 3 to the power of x to the power of 3 is equal to 6 to the power of 2 to the power of 3. And again, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So this is the same thing as x to the power of 3 to the power of x to the power of 3 is equal to 6 to the power of 2 times 3. And 2 times 3, that's equal to 6. So I have x to the power of 3 to the power of x to the power of 3 is equal to 6 to the power of 6. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of a is equal to b to the power of b, this means that a is equal to b. So in this case, x to the power of 3 is equal to 6. And now if I take the cube root on both sides, I get x is equal to the cube root of 6. Alright, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of 20 minus 2 to the power of 19 is equal to 16 to the power of x. So I'm going to first start by rewriting 20 as 19 plus 1. So now I have 2 to the power of 19 plus 1 minus 2 to the power of 19 is equal to 16 to the power of x. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So in this case, I have 2 to the power of 19 plus 1, and this is going to equal 2 to the power of 19 times 2 to the power of 1. Now I have this minus 2 to the power of 19 is equal to 16 to the power of x. Now from here, if I factor out 2 to the power of 19 from my left-hand side, I get 2 to the power of 19 times 2 to the power of 1 minus 1 is equal to 16 to the power of x. And 2 to the power of 1 minus 1, that's simply equal to 1. And anything times 1 is itself. So I have 2 to the power of 19 is equal to 16 to the power of x. Now, 16, that's the same thing as 2 to the power of 4. So now I have 2 to the power of 19 is equal to 2 to the power of 4 to the power of x. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 4 to the power of x, that's going to equal 2 to the power of 4 times x, which is also 2 to the power of 4x. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, this means that m is equal to n. So in this case, 19 is equal to 4x. Now we have a simple equation here. All I have to do is divide both sides by 4, and I get x is equal to 19 over 4. Now, to check, my original equation was 2 to the power of 20 minus 2 to the power of 19 is equal to 16 to the power of x. Now, 2 to the power of 20 minus 2 to the power of 19, we already know that's 2 to the power of 19. So we get 2 to the power of 19 is equal to 16 to the power of 19 over 4. Now 16, that's the same thing as 2 to the power of 4, so now I have 2 to the power of 4 to the power of 19 over 4, and these two 4's cancel out, so I get 2 to the power of 19 is equal to 2 to the power of 19.